Good evening. 2 school threats in 2 days in Abilene. Hi, everyone. I'm Will Jensen.
And I'm Veronica Soto. Thankfully, neither threat turned out to be credible. Late this afternoon, the school district held a news conference about how they choose to tell or not to tell parents about those threats. KTexas reporter Daniela Ibarra joining us live. She was at that conference with more. Daniela?
Yeah, Veronica, in that press conference earlier this afternoon, Abilene ISD superintendent is asking for the community's trust and says the student safety is his #1 priority.
Some recent situations have gotten the community's attention for the wrong reasons.
Over the past month, 3 threats have been made to Abilene ISD schools, including 2 in the past 48 hours at Cooper and Abilene High. In an afternoon press conference, Abilene ISD Superintendent Dr. David Young addressed those concerns.
We're hearing more and more about campuses across the country where not just rumors but horrific events are actually coming to pass.
Dr. Young says each threat, which has been determined as not immediate or credible, is taken very seriously.
Why is it not just best to tell parents and let them decide what's best for their kids?
As I mentioned earlier, there's a kind of a threshold that for communication that has to be reached.
Abilene Assistant Police Chief Perry says every threat made is investigated, but he wants to make sure misinformation is not perpetuated on social media.
We're going to continue to investigate how that rumor got started. And I want to point out what Dr. Young said about social media. It's not being appropriate. I can't tell you how many times social media puts out a rumor that's untrue. We've all seen it. You'll remember the game. Dr.
Young is asking for the community's trust. He says his focus, like all parents, is to keep students safe.
This is not a game. Because we take these situations seriously, we take false rumors very seriously.
And Dr. Young was also asked about safety procedures on campus. He says he can't talk about them because they're confidential. Live at 1 AISD, Daniela Ibarra, KTexas News.
Thank you, Daniela. Parents have expressed concern and picking up their kids from 2 Abilene schools after those threats were made.
Some parents say they're angry and want to make sure their kids are protected. They also say they want to be notified right away of any threat. KTexas reporter John Rapolo live from Abilene High with reaction from parents tonight. John?
Yeah, of course, the latest threat early this morning here at Abilene High School. The district calling this, quote, a rumor of a potential safety threat. And then they called police. 3 threats in 3 weeks at Abilene Public Schools. Listen to parents' reactions, some in tears.
Not only my daughter's lives, but my daughter has many friends. I have family that come to this school, not just my kid.
We're here to learn, not to be scared to come to school.
The district posting a statement on social media about Tuesday's threat at Abilene High, saying they found no evidence to substantiate the rumored threat. The video tells the story of parent concern in a hurry to pull their kids out of school the past 2 days at Cooper High and at Abilene High.
I think it should be taken seriously.
Why take a precaution with this? There's something serious that's been going on.
Parents have also been very concerned about not being notified right away by the district of threats. At Craig Middle, we talked to the district about that last week.
The situation did not rise to the level where we would notify parents, because you don't ever want to.
2 students are threatening to shoot up the school, and that doesn't arise to the level of notifying parents.
At Cooper High, AISD waited until the next day to notify parents of that threat after they started pulling their kids out of school. Tuesday, after the Abilene High threat, within hours, AISD notified parents by putting out a statement and making voice calls.
As soon as you get the threat, let parents know. As soon as you get the threat, because you think it's a hoax, but how do you know?
Well, parents' reaction over the last 2 days and, of course, last week at Craig Middle. Now, police are telling us tonight that they are investigating these 2 threat cases, but they are also telling us are not telling us, rather, whether or not they have any suspects. We're live at Abilene High School. John Rapolo, KTexas News.